Hello, everyone. This is Kaizen Base. Today we will learn about what the 7 wastes are.
The definition of waste is such a well-known concept in Toyota production system that it is said speaking of waste is the 7 wastes. I hope everyone can remember well so as to explain it.
So, let's get started with the lecture.
Not only the manufacturing industry, but in all industries, it is dispensable to improve profitability while responding to diversifying consumer needs. To achieve this purpose, it is essential to improve work efficiency. How to make work more efficient then? The answer is to thoroughly eliminate the wastes that does not add value.
Mr. Kai. Can I ask you a question? Are the 7 wastes so famous?
Yes, it's very famous. Did you hear it for the first time?
Yes, I heard it for the first time. Actually, I'm trying to eliminate waste from on-site work right now and want to identify the problems based on the 7 wastes. But everyone is ambiguous about what the 7 wastes are.
Oh, really? Just remember that the 7 wastes are caused tofu.
Tofu? I am not talking about tofu, but the wastes.
Relax. Now that we have mentioned the concept, L will give a mini lecture. Please ask everyone together in the seminar room.
Okay, I see.
Let's start the lecture. It is essential to raise the value added by thoroughly eliminating waste in work, the policy of which applies not only to the site, but to the officers as well. The Toyota production system defines wastes that does not create value added as 7 wastes. Meal, please list the wastes you can think of.
Yes. Waste of inventory, waste of waiting, waste of defects. What's the rest of them?
You mentioned 3 here. But it will be easily to forget if you try to memorize each one separately like that, so let's remember it is caused tofu. By the way, caused tofu is not the tofu to eat. It refers to the acronym for 7 wastes. I will explain them in order. The first one is Ka, which refers to waste of processing. Processing refers to machining, welding, finishing, inspection, etc. Waste of processing is relevant to more finishing work than necessary, and originally unnecessary inspection, which occur because the standard has not been decided. The point is to look for the wastes from the perspective of whether processes or work not originally necessary are performed, even if it is the conventional method. Next is ZA, which refers to waste of inventory. The targets of inventory covers all materials, parts, in-process products and finished products, etc. All inventories need a reason and purpose to exist, and any inventories that cannot be explained why they are stored there now are considered as wasteful inventories. The most important point to note is that problems are hidden due to the inventory. Next is TSU, which refers to waste of overproduction. Waste of overproduction occurs due to the improper talk time settings and poor management. Waste of overproduction will cause waste of inventory, waste of motion and waste of conveyance. It is also important to note that the waste of waiting is hidden from the appearance because the employees are busy and keep moving during the period of overproduction. Next is T, which refers to waste of waiting. As it is suggested by its name, waste of waiting means waiting without any work to do. Of course, waiting does not add value. One thing to keep in mind is that waiting can be easily hidden by the operator adjusting the work speed. It is important to build solid standard work such as one-piece flow, and make the waiting time become apparent first. Next is TO, which refers to waste of motion. Waste of motion means the unnecessary motions that do not add value in human motions such as searching, crouching down, changing hands and investigating. It occurs due to the lack of training of when standard work is not done in the same way by everyone. If you constantly observe the motions and look for movements that do not add value, you will surely notice that there is waste existed in the motions. Next is U, which refers to waste of conveyance. Waste of conveyance means movements, temporary storage and transshipments of items, etc. more than necessary. It occurs due to the imbalance of process, or as the flow of goods is not decided. The last is FU, which refers to waste of correction and waste of defects. Waste of correction and waste of defects means the disposal, correction and remaking of the defective products. It is caused by the poor quality management, such as inadequate condition management. It can also occur if the standard are not followed or if the no standard has been decided. The concept of the built-in quality with ownership is important so as not to cause defects or correction. The above are the 7 wastes. It's easy to remember by the acronym COSIT TOFU, isn't it?
Yes, if the 7 wastes are memorized as COSIT TOFU, I suppose I can always remember them.
By the way, which do you think is the worst one of the 7 wastes?
What? The worst waste? What should it be? Is it waste of correction and waste of defects?
Unfortunately, it's not. Actually, it is said that waste of overproduction is the worst one. Do you know why?
Well, why is that?
Okay, I will explain the reason. In the first place, why do people make more than can be sold? The answer is simple. That's because there are extra people and equipment. And why do people want to make extra products? That's because there will be no need to worry in the case of equipment failures and defects. However, nowadays, it will be a risk to make things that may not be sold and put them in inventory. In addition, if overproduction is tolerated, new waste will continue to occur, such as an increase in transport vehicles and lifts, and an increase in warehouses and storage space, etc. In addition, problems will be hidden due to too much inventory. The issue should be eliminated will not appear on the surface and improvement does not proceed. Therefore, as long as there is waste of overproduction, it is not possible to build a structure in which the cost can be reduced continually. In other words, the non-profitable corporate structure will not change. In order not to become such a corporate structure, waste of overproduction and the 7 wastes must be eliminated thoroughly.
I see. This is because overproduction will cause waste of inventory, waste of motion and waste of conveyance, etc., and problems will be hidden as well. I understand now why waste of overproduction is said to be the worst waste.
Yes. First of all, it is important to see what the actual situation is and check if there is any waste caused by overproduction. This represents the concept of the Toyota production system.
Yes, I see that the idea of strictly managing how to make and own things is connected to just-in-time.
Now, let's have everyone sort out the problems about the waste of overproduction and the 7 wastes.
I see. Thank you so much for the lecture. Now, we make a summary of today's lecture. 7 wastes refer to waste of processing, waste of inventory, waste of overproduction, waste of waiting, waste of motion, waste of conveyance, waste of correction and waste of defects. Let's remember it is COSIT TOFU. And the worst one is the waste of overproduction, which will cause waste of inventory, waste of motion and waste of conveyance, and the problems will be hidden as well, so let's aim to eliminate the overproduction thoroughly. That's all about today's lecture, so, see you at the next theme.